Hey everybody, Mathew here, back with Marvel Heroes. I got Black Panther up on the board, and I got a completely different build, and I'll call it hit and run, because that's what you do. And going into the build, it's basically focused on using your pets, the Dora Milaje, and stealth. I use stealth to control who attacks what, when it attacks what, and hopefully not you. So for the build, you're going to point out Dora Milaje, and we're going to use those as your tanks, as a distraction. You got to point them out because you see they get 211% health and 159% defense. However, they're going to need it, especially if you want to solo a Cosmic. I mean, the Cosmics just kind of obliterate them, especially with Cosmic Auras bouncing around and everything. They're going to get hit pretty hard, so be prepared to have to summon them a couple of times. Going to point out Wrath of Bast. This is awesome. Works really, really well. Mobile Minefield. This is great extra damage. We're going to couple this with Jungle Snare. We're going to use those as synergetic damage together. We're going to drop the snare, stealth in, drop the snare, or drop the minefield, drop the snare so everything stays in the minefield, and then stealth out. That's the goal. We're going to point out Panther Soul, because that's damage to unaware targets. Nothing's going to be aware of us because we're stealthing, so we're going to take advantage of that extra damage rating right there. So that's hidden damage rating that we're going to get. And finally, we're going to put a point in Blessing of Bast, a point in Cryo Dagger, and the rest of it in Triple Throw. Now, ideally on the boss, you're just going to be dropping the Minefield, Jungle Snare, and hitting Wrath of Bast when it's available. And in Trash, you're going to be Cryo Daggering and dropping Mobile Minefields and Jungle Snares. Or, Wrath of Bast if you want to burn them down too. It's a 20-second cooldown, so you can burn that off as much as you want. It's very, very nice. And that's really it. And then you can spam Triple Throw if you want. It really doesn't do a lot of damage. It says it does. It does crud. It takes forever to burn anything Cosmic down. Gear-wise, very, very lucky. I do have two uniques. I end up finding the Kimoyo card eyepiece, which is pretty decent. It's got a nice 3% chance when attacked to block damage. Going to need that. Everything else is kind of cruddy because it has to deal with physical damage, and he's got like one physical damage thing, so that's kind of horrible. But it's +2 to current powers. It's got hit points, special identifying, rare identifying, spirit, critical damage rating, crit rating, and a big chunk of defense. So that part's good, and I want that 3% chance to avoid all that damage. I'll take it. I put the Hydro Repulsor boots on because it's plus damage rating to energy attacks, some movement, health, critical rating of course, and then extra chance to do some damage. Hopefully I don't get attacked, so that part's not really important. Got the belt. Belt's got that health, dodge, movement speed, take half damage from projectiles. That doesn't necessarily always seem to work, or some things aren't necessarily coded as projectiles that you would think are projectiles. Minus spirit cost of powers, and a big chunk to Jungle Snare, which is nice, and a big bonus to Ritual Warrior. I threw the Slab of Subterranean. I had an extra any hero, so I threw it on for that defense. He seemed squishy before. With this build, I was actually able to do some Cosmics with the old gear I had. A little bit slow, but it was definitely capable. You had to stay on your toes, but he felt squishy, so I unsquishied him with Slab of Subterranea. So he's mostly not squishy, but he's still kind of squishy. I think there's something in his coding that's just wrong. He's taking a lot of extra damage from something. And then I gave him the Destroyer Energy Rifle. I found this and I said, oh wow, this is pretty cool. Plus energy damage rating. This is Phil Coulson's rifle there they shot Loki with in the movie. Big boost to critical damage rating, brutal strike rating, extra damage to bosses, and a chance to do extra damage when you hit, and +1 to all your powers. I put Riverless Soul on. I always do that because it's so easy to get. Everybody can get it. I'm not going to put like some kind of fancy enchant on so nobody has a chance to doing it. Because we're stealthing and we're going to be unaware, obviously 660 damage rating, the target's not attacking me, is going to be pretty hefty. Supporting the pets with Advanced Wondergore Clay. They need that hit points, they still die. Dr. Octopus Medallion. Extra radius for all the area powers. Area. Our primary boss killers. Area. Pluvian Superconductor. Area power damage. Advanced Super Soldier Serum. If you don't want this, you can go with a regular Wondergore Clay too. I'm serious. The pets will die. I go with this, so hopefully I don't die. And it regenerates spirit and does all kinds of neat stuff. Obviously, Relic of Lemuria. I don't have a legendary. Had a choice, probably Gungnir, just because it bridges all the gaps. And with this gear, if I was actually going to keep the Destroyer Energy Rifle on him, with all that extra damage rating for crits and brutes, might as well get a lot of crits and brutes rolling on him. And I went with health on the costume. Of course, 25% health and spirit on medkit used, and some extra durability yet again. So yes, I got +3 durability. That's how squishy he is, and it still doesn't feel like it comes through. So let's go do the Cosmic Dr. Octopus. Cosmic. Yes, I feel comfortable enough to do Cosmic Dr. Octopus. If you're going to shoot things with the arrow, cryo dagger them. They take extra damage, but as you can see, it takes forever to kill things with them, so it's just not fun. But it's much better than being in melee range if you're going to shoot anything like that. You're much better off doing this and obliterating everything in sight. I just get used to triple tapping for some reason. I know why. I have it set from Diablo 4. I can fix that. So all I'm doing is stealthing in, hitting my 3 buttons, stealthing out. Doesn't actually feel very Black Panther-y, if that's actually a word to be able to say, but that's what works. You're Mary. I don't know why my 4 button's not working so well. Keyboard might be dying. It's mechanical. Maybe that 4 key's dying. And everything's obliterated. So the only extremely dangerous thing to do here is if you get a mortar to stealth in on the mortar. When the mortar lands, you'll get obliterated. Yeah, he always been rolling with missile deflect. Don't care. Although no mortar, that's good. Just wait for the powered cosmics to go away. If there's mortar, your pets would be dying like mad. Not missed him. That should get him. Pretty easy. He was pretty easy too. Like I said, the most difficult thing to roll is mortar. Because if you don't pay attention to when the mortars are coming through, it's going to land on you. When you pour it in, boom, you're dead. They're like insta-kills. So that's it. But that's Black Panther, hit and run. Yeah, I can't say I read a comic where that works like that. However, very, very effective. It's much better than the old build. It's the only thing I got that really works really well for him. And these triple throw is just for something to be able to do. Cryo dagger before you do it, because your triple throw is 50% extra damage against slowed frozen targets. So that's why it's on there. Otherwise, it's utterly useless, I think. And I would do a melee, but sitting in melee is kind of risky with him, even with the gear. So that's it. Hope it helps. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll talk to everybody later.